Hey guys, and welcome to the third installment of my devlog series on my upcoming game, The Architect. This past week, I can say I was super productive. After realizing I had to really flesh out the core loop, I made all of the houses for the starter creatures in the game and started integrating the electricity system as well as the system for stationing the creatures at their houses. I would say productivity-wise, I did well this week. But something was nagging at the back of my mind the whole time. Even though I was posting pretty much daily, I had this feeling that kept creeping back up. The feeling was that no one really cared about my game. In fact, no one even knew about my game. And I realized that this feeling was true. Here I am, working day after day on a game I'm not even sure will do well for an audience that doesn't even exist yet. If this game is going to be a hit, people have to be aware of it. So I pondered and pondered like I always do, and came to a realization, almost an epiphany actually. What my game needs most immediately isn't necessarily the actual development of the game. I need to make a concept trailer. You see, all of the biggest indie games had some kind of trailer pretty early on in development that people can see that pretty much sums up what the game is and why you should care. Remember that No Man's Sky trailer that blew everyone's minds and got everyone super hyped for a game that clearly didn't exist yet? That was a concept trailer to show what the game could look like if given enough time and resources. People are simple. They see a really cool thing that's all fleshed out looking, and they think it's already at that state, and thus are much more ready to throw money at it than if they knew the reality. The game is not even close to that point. Another good indie example I can think of that did this is Ooblets, which made their concept trailer very early in advance, and now has a Patreon that makes thousands of dollars a month. If people don't even know what you're making, how are they supposed to jump onto the hype train for it? A concept trailer is typically a fully animated trailer, with little to no actual in-gameplay footage, though the more of that, the better, that shows what the game could look like. It's really more about communication to the masses than anything. This is actually common practice in AAA game development, but something that can also be super useful for indies as well. There's a pretty good video talk at GDC explaining it called The Art of Pre-Production. I'll put a link in the description. Now that my game has a pretty well fleshed out vision, and I'm now in the process of just making it, I need to get a concept piece out there so that I can put up a Steam store page and start getting people on board. Now, the biggest drawback of a concept trailer is that they're a ton of work to make. You essentially have to know, or at least decide on what the game will look like, feel like, and how it will function in the final version. Thankfully, I've got a pretty clear vision of it now, and more than anything, I think this will help guide me in the remaining development cycle of The Architect, as I'll essentially have a visual guideline for making it. You also need to cover all of the features you're going to have in your game so that people really know what they're buying. This gives the illusion that the game is already done. All in all, I'm super pumped to be making a concept trailer for my game. It will really help solidify what the game is about and open a ton of doors that wouldn't open if I was just actually developing the game in secret. As a professional artist with a vision, you need people to see your vision. Otherwise, you're just a hobbyist. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. I was a little late this week as I was stuck at work without a microphone yesterday, but there will still be a new devlog every Wednesday. See you next time.